our immigration system is spiralling out of control. The Trump administration has just announced a bold new policy that could change the game entirely. Illegal immigrants in the United States will now face fines of $998 per day if they don't voluntarily deport themselves. Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $1,000 a day for every day they remain in the country illegally. Hi, I'm Patrick Christys. This is GBN Originals. This policy is designed to enforce immigration laws with teeth, and it's one that we here in the UK should seriously consider adopting because, let's face it, our immigration system is spiralling out of control. The Trump administration is using a 1996 federal law to impose these fines, which can even be applied retroactively for up to 5 years. That means some individuals could face penalties exceeding $1 million. And it doesn't stop there. Government emails suggest that property owned by those who refuse to pay these fines could be seized. This isn't just a slap on the wrist, it's a full-scale enforcement mechanism. The Department of Homeland Security, or DHS, has made it clear that illegal immigrants can avoid these fines by self-deporting through a streamlined process using the CBP Home app. Flyers distributed by DHS even tout the benefits of self-deportation, such as being allowed to keep your earned income and remaining eligible for future legal immigration. For those who can't afford flights home, subsidised travel is offered. But for those who refuse to leave, well, they will face apprehension without warning and additional fines ranging from $1,000 to $5,000. This policy sends a crystal clear message, doesn't it? Break the law, break into our country, and there will be serious consequences. It's bold, and it might just work. But here's the question. Why aren't we doing something similar here in Britain? Let me be blunt. Our immigration system is totally broken. It's knackered. It's on its knees. It's also putting us all at risk. In 2024 alone, net migration, so that's the legal stuff, exceeded 750,000 people. But small boat crossings in the English Channel hit record heights. 175,000 unauthorised arrivals have been recorded since 2020. We are on for another record year this year, and not just by a small margin. Currently, we are roughly about 30% up on this time last year. So we are going to get a bumper year of illegal channel crossings. Why is that though? It's because we haven't got a deterrent, have we? The Rwanda scheme, quite literally, didn't get off the ground. We are allowing people now to claim asylum even if they've broken into Britain. We're allowing them to appeal and appeal and appeal. It's non-stop. There is literally no reason now why you shouldn't just come to Britain illegally. What are the chances of you being deported? What could be the downside of it? Just last week, 623 migrants crossed the Channel in a single day. That's the highest number so far this year. And while some of these individuals might be legitimate asylum seekers, I think we all realise that the vast majority of them are not. The Illegal Migration Act was supposed to deter these crossings by deeming asylum claims inadmissible for those arriving via unauthorised routes. In common speak, if you broke into Britain, you would never be allowed to claim asylum. That in itself was a deterrent. Yet, thousands remain in limbo each year, unable to stay legally, but not removed either. And Labour did away with that. So now it means that anyone who comes to Britain illegally can claim for asylum, including, by the way, the several thousand people who had their names on a list to be flown to Rwanda under that scheme. So they can all claim asylum now. Illegal migration costs the taxpayers billions of pounds every single year, not just in terms of public services, but also in lost jobs and wages for British workers. And people on the left are very quiet about this. They're all supposed to be about workers' rights, aren't they? What about the countless people who have lost their jobs at what used to be hotels and are now migrant hotels? Many of them had leisure facilities attached. All those jobs have gone. Many of them had restaurants and bars attached. All those jobs have gone. All of those people have just lost their jobs. What about in areas where the local shops used to thrive because that hotel provided tourism? Well, they've lost all of that, haven't they? Because that hotel is now full of, roughly speaking, about 300 Afghan men, which provides an issue for the area.
Us blokes hate talking about a little thinning up top, and many of us settle with that balding look, but that wasn't for me, and that's why I went to Elite Hair, the world's leading hair loss clinic, and now I've had over 4,000 new hairs added to this barnet, and very soon I'm going to be rocking some brand new flowing locks. And you can too! So how does it work? Step 1, I sent the team a set of photos of my head. Step 2, I then spoke to one of the Elite Hair staff who looked through my photo submissions and worked out a treatment plan for me. Step 3, Elite Hair then organised accommodation and the treatment. I was at their state-of-the-art treatment centre in Istanbul, and their incredibly kind staff took me through the process, and before I knew it, I was in surgery. Elite Hair and their leading medical experts have specialised in pain-free treatments using the sleep deep method, and they really mean that. I felt incredibly relaxed the whole time, and I haven't felt any pain since. Check out Elite Hair using the link in the description. When you do, Elite Hair will provide you with a free personalised hair analysis. Then you'll join over 100,000 happy patients. Hit that link and start your hair growth journey like I did today.
Rogue employers are exploiting cheap labour as well, whilst undercutting the wages for everyone else. Meanwhile, communities are left grappling with overcrowded schools, stretched healthcare services, rising social tensions, and that's not a surprise, is it? We're all just being told constantly, don't be racist, ignore what you can see with your own eyes. There's nothing racist about not wanting your daughter to have pictures taken of her in a school uniform by a bloke who shouldn't really even be in the country. This is where Trump's policy could offer us a blueprint for action. Imagine if we introduce daily fines for illegal migrants here in the UK, say 750 quid per day for overstaying visas or ignoring deportation orders. Like Trump's plan, these fines could be applied retroactively and backed by property seizures for those who refuse to pay. Now, many people will say, well, hang on a minute, those people coming across the channel, they don't have anything anyway. They don't have any money. Well, I understand that, but actually, it turns out quite a few of them do, because they've just paid several £1,000s to come across the channel. It also means that if they do stay in Britain and they do manage to build a life for themselves illegally, and they do manage to obtain a car or accumulate some money through illegal work, that when we find them and when we catch them, they know that they will have all of that taken off them, and it removes the incentive for them to want to come to Britain. It also means that a lot of people who come on things like student visas, but who then overstay those visas and have a house or a flat again or a car or whatever it is, if they know if they overstay they'll have all of that taken off them, again, that is a deterrent. We could also implement a digital self-deportation system similar to what's going on in America. Migrants will be able to leave voluntarily and with dignity, choosing their departure date and even receiving subsidised flights if needed. Those who comply could still retain whatever money they already made. Why not? If it helps them leave the country. They could remain eligible for future legal immigration routes. Again, why not? If it's an incentive for them to leave. Such a policy would achieve two things. First, it would act as a powerful deterrent against illegal migration, which currently we just don't have in Britain. Secondly, it would restore public confidence in our immigration system, a confidence that has been eroded by years and years of weak enforcement and political dithering. The government is taking steps in the right direction, some would argue, with its border security, asylum and immigration bill, which they say aims to strengthen border security and deter illegal migration. The problem for the government, of course, is that we can't see any examples of it working, really. They have managed to deport about 20,000 people, but it's turned out that only about 3,000 of them were enforced deportations. The rest were voluntary. So if we have a blueprint there of voluntary deportations working, why not be more vocal about that? Why not put it on the table for more and more people? But whilst those measures are welcome, they are not going far enough, are we? The bill focuses heavily on enforcement against people smuggling gangs, which is crucial, but it doesn't address what happens when the migrants arrive here illegally. And we have only arrested 5 people who we think have been driving these boats across the channel in the last year, I think it is, the last year. Just 5 people. Well, bear in mind we've got like several boats every single day. That's a pretty low return, isn't it? It's not very smash the gangsy. That where daily fines as well could come into play as part of a broader strategy, that might be a good thing. So daily fines, more arrests of people who are driving these boats. Of course, critics will argue that such policies will be draconian and unworkable, that they target vulnerable people who are simply seeking a better life. But let me ask you this. Is it fair for hard-working British taxpayers to foot the bill for those who flout our laws? Is it fair for rogue employers to be able to exploit cheap, illegal labour whilst driving down wages for everybody else? Is it fair for communities to bear the brunt of overcrowded public services? I would say no, and I think that those people, those Indigenous British people, or people who've come to this country legally, by the way, should be prioritised over people who have broken into Britain. And let's not forget, Trump's policy includes provisions for voluntary departure that allows those migrants to leave and still remain fully eligible to return in future, but do so legally. So that's not something particularly draconian, is it? I don't think that's very anti-human rights, is it? So there we go. There's no reason why we shouldn't adopt similar safeguards here. We can either continue down this path of weak enforcement, rising migration figures, and sleepwalk, frankly, to what I am convinced is going to be unbelievable levels of social tension. We can sleepwalk towards that if we want, or we can do whatever we can do to protect our borders and restore order. Trump has shown us one way forward, a way that prioritises national sovereignty and sends a clear message that laws must be respected. As always, I want your thoughts on this issue. Should Britain adopt similar fines for illegal immigrants? How can we strike that right balance between fairness and enforcement? Thank you very much for watching. This has been Patrick Christys. Please don't forget to subscribe to the GB News YouTube channel for more.